full. So you've got to sit here. I've got to go and spread some ashes at the golf course.
Carry on if that's okay. Who's presenting this one? Alison Gareth again? Johnny? Installation of power supply to Spa Park.
Okay. I just need to just have a glass of water on me, sec. Right, so down in Spa Park, there's a CCTV camera that's sited by the public toilets. Now, this was installed a number of years ago, and it was done using solar power. Unfortunately, we're getting quite a lot of dropouts because we've done some work to the solar power, but it's not had the desired effect. Fundamentally, we need to get a permanent power supply down there because we've been getting probably a number of days of dropouts, which particularly with the during the winter, that's been problematic because it's still a really busy spot down there. We have budgeted for this in the draft long-term plan, but obviously that's very draft at the moment, so it may or may not appear in its final sort of version. So this item is about bringing, asking for unbudgeted expenditure to get that permanent power supply down there, so we ensure we don't get that dropout on the CCTV cameras, which the police monitor. So I'll take any questions.
Adds to that, this is a major crime spot. We need coverage.
So through the chair, and thank you, Rob, because that was something that I was quite interested in. Is crime increasing down there, or do you have any figures?
Like some evidence.
Yeah.
I don't have any stats, but we've had a number of high profile. We've had a couple early this year. French couple had the whole of their camper van taken, and this is happening once or twice a year. But this petty stuff as well going on. And this is about having evidence, but also because they get monitored by down at the police station, we can hit the crime straight away. It's as Rob said, it's a major hotspot for crime. I haven't got any figures to.
Yeah, sure. And just to follow up on that, like, if we were to delay, oh no, I've just answered my questions, right? Just thought about it.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to vote against it. I'll give you the reason why. Over the last couple of months, I've spent a fair bit of time. I've had about 3 hours during the day watching the cameras. I went out on a night patrol Saturday night from 10:15 to 4 in the morning. I was down there monitoring them at night. And there's a couple of things that have come up that I think we need to put into the long-term plan as a total package. One is the fact that some of the cameras are wireless, which can cause a few problems, particularly at night. On Saturday night, believe it or not, the main camera in 2 Whakaaro Street went down and it came back on at 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Then the camera at the other end of the street was stuck, covered by a big truck. So we had to physically send the police to that area rather than getting the crime stopped beforehand. So I believe in conjunction with the community that run those cameras, we should look, because some of those cameras and the system is dated, it stores it for 3 weeks. So I think it's a total package that we need to address as part of the long-term plan. So I'd vote against this resolution at this time. Taking on board what Mr. Ridd has said, we do tour that at night, and that's when the crime's not happening because the chains are across, although people are still down there.
Yeah, the issue isn't at night. The issue is during the day. It's yep. So I've given some 1 or 2 examples.
Yep. The other thing I want to raise, and I'll ask Mr. Ridd, we got the World Health Organization accreditation. And one of the things I look at is a thing, and I'm going to probably say the word wrong. It's CEPTEX. It's to do with having plantings around towns that help prevent crime. Now, there are a couple of areas, particularly in 2 Whakaaro Street, where trees, and it's the one that aims towards Vertico, that area there, when they come across from, what's the Irish pub on the corner, and congregate, we're losing the ability, particularly at night, on that area. So I believe the whole package needs to be readdressed.
Councillor Cousins. Mr. Chairman. John, how long is the distance? Sorry, how far is the distance for the cable to run?
So it's running from Spa Road.
Right.
About a K, wasn't it?
Yeah, about a K.
About a kilometre.
Oh, kilometre now.
Yeah.
Yeah, about a kilometre.
A long way.
So you're running right the way from Spa Road right the way down here.
Sponsorship not a possibility?
Um,
I don't know. It hasn't been canvassed, that's all.
No.
Unison or
I
something.
nominate Harcourts.
I nominate Harcourts too.
Right, Rosie?
Through the chair, just a question to Mr. Ridd. This is unbudgeted expenditure. If it's such a high crime area and it's been an issue, why was it not put in the plan?
We've attempted to upgrade the solar power using the solar power, so we've cleared vegetation, we've upgraded the batteries, but it's just not. We're still getting that dropout, so we've tried to limp along. And yeah, we could limp along another one, but there is a risk another year till we get to the long-term plan. But there's always that risk there, and the knock-on effect in terms of our image is what I'm concerned about.
What sort of signage do we have there at the moment for people when they park them not to leave their valuables?
Yep, we've got all that. We've also got signs saying you're being watched by CCTV, as we have to legally. That doesn't prevent those who really want to do things.
I mean, I think Councillor Boddy makes a really good point that we need to look at the whole safer community project and what we're doing in other areas as well. I'm reluctant to spend $41,000 as a piecemeal approach just to one piece.
If I can give you some comfort there, we never work piecemeal. We have got a strategy with our CCTV, and in the draft long-term plan, there is a good renewal program for upgrading and renewing the cameras around CBD. But in some ways, this is not part of that picture because this is a
Help me understand, yeah.
Spare Park was put in solely because of the crime that we got. We were getting at least 3 camper vans being stolen every year, with the goods being taken, and 3 front page articles about how the community had to step in to help them. So council responded at that time to try and do a job to prevent that, and therefore we went for the wireless solar powered CCTV camera. We've tried to make that work, but it's got to the point where it's just not working.
Yeah, through the chair. Yes, thank you. I take on board Councillor Boddy's and Councillor Dolan's comments with regard to efficiencies. Also commend Councillor Boddy for his diligence in going out on community patrols. Perhaps we should give a £40 to him and give him a full-time job. But I in principle, I support it because it's never going to be any cheaper. I believe it should be done.
I'd like to second Councillor Williamson.
Well, I moved we option B.
Well, that's what I thought you said.
No, he was making a comment.
Yeah, perhaps, yeah, I take, because I've talked to the operators of the CCTV, and the whole thing is actually getting to that mature level where the whole replacement might be needed shortly. And I'm wondering, I think Councillor's got a point here, and I just would love to hear from them, from the organisation as well, as to, I know you talk to them every day, John, and all that sort of thing, but, my talking to him, he has always mentioned it's a problem, but he said it hasn't.
Sorry if I forgot about that. So absolutely, as John said, the cameras, I was involved heavily in putting them in the first place through the Taupo structure. Yeah. And yes, they are, like anything, they're dated, they get to their life. But what I'd say is that yes, we've got 3 weeks life left on DVR. When we replaced them in council for $250,000 about 2009, 2010 for the cameras in the first place, and Bernard will remember that. At that stage we had 3 hours life on the DVR, so we're now at 3 weeks. I'd say we're 2 and a bit weeks better off than what we were in 2009, and the cameras are still a whole lot better, but they do need replacing, renewing, and operationally we need to keep on top of trimming trees and looking at all that sort of stuff, although I'd say SIPTED is all about using vegetation and stuff to your advantage rather than just clear felling it. So there's a balance. It's always going to be a balance. This, though, as the CEO has said, is this camera actually came after that. So that CBD project was about putting cameras in the CBD. We then had a continuation of people, of tourists getting their vans emptied out. And that was a negative look, and we were getting stuff on social media was just coming in at the time. We were getting stuff all around the world that Taupo was a horrible place to go because you lose your gear when you go to an attraction. Hence, we tried this. As we've said, it didn't work. This request, so this item, has come specifically from the organisers of the CCTV, who organise it, who sat Mr. Mayor, in a meeting with you and myself, and that's where this item has subsequently come from. So you have heard from them, and they said to us then, we said we could wait, and we could wait until the 10-year plan, or we could put something on now. Their request was, please put something on now, because all it will take will be one van to be ripped off when the camera's down because there's not enough solar energy, and our job here has been jeopardised. Hence this paper's in front of you.
Oh, and you wish, and through the chair, just to add to that, I mean, the negative publicity, I mean, the dollar value of that and how it may detract from people wanting to come here, I just don't think it's worth it myself.
I'm just wondering whether the mover and the seconder would, whether there is some, I'm just thinking some external sponsorship that could be gathered from somewhere.
Just saying.
Accommodation providers, people like that send all their clients up to Spa Park for a complimentary swim.
Rotary Club.
Rotary Club or something like that. I know that might place a bit of extra work on their job, but do you think that, if possible? 41k is quite a bit for a big vehicle.
It's a long way.
That's Chair, I believe we should have a plan to do exactly as Gareth said. These things are getting dated, etc., etc.
Can I just reinforce we have got a plan? Okay.
Well, we haven't seen as part of.
Well, you won't until long-term plan. What I'm saying to you is that this has come from direct feedback from Roger, who runs the volunteers there. Now, if council chooses not to do it, all we're saying is we've got a risk here. The solution is this: if you decide that you don't want to spend the money, well, that risk will still be there until, if you decide to fund this during the long-term plan, we'll do it then. But we've got a risk there, or the community has a risk in terms of, people stealing or breaking into vans, etc. So, solar power is not being effective at the moment. This is the solution to it. If you decide not to fund it, the risk we'll have to sustain the risk.
I guess if we go to sponsorship, we might as well wait till the long-term plan, because it'll take a couple of months up to go and negotiate.
So, no advantage for them. Alright, okay, we'll keep the resolution as it is. It's been moved by Councillor Williamson. Did you move it? Councillor Park seconded. All those in favour, please say aye. Show of hands, please.
Oh, yeah, aye.
Keep the resolution as is.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 4. Okay, motion carried. Okay, those against?
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Okay, resolution's carried. Would you like those recorded? Yeah. Item number 15. Nick, you got 2 seconds.
2, I was giving him 1.
Just one suggested change to the resolution. The resolution talks about 5 non-local government members being appointed to the committee. Unfortunately, Professor Ian White, who was lined up to join the committee, has had to pull out due to work commitments at the University of Waikato. So the suggestion is that becomes 4 non-local government members, and that Professor Ian White is removed from the resolution.
Thank you. Thank you. Move.
No, I just wanted to ask a question of Councillor Jollins, through the chair, if I can, just as a member on the spatial committee. Do they need 5? Like, does this need to be deferred to a 5th as found, or?
I would strongly recommend that you approve it at this stage, and another person will be found at a later date, because there's 15 on the committee. If we don't approve this, the whole process is going to grind to a big halt.
Okay, therefore I'd like to move this recommended amended resolution.
Thank you, Councillor Park. Seconded by Councillor Williamson. Thank you. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
It's carried. Item number 16, audio recordings of the meeting. Thanks, Tina.
We don't agree with this.
So, Your Worship, really want to take the report as read. This was as a result of a request that came through the Fences, Reserves and Dogs Committee, and leave it at that.
Maybe at the discretion of the chair. Is everyone happy with that?
What's the discretion, Mr. Chair?
Whether it's recorded or not.
Option 4, wasn't it?
Which one? You know
Number 2 of the
what? So I'll move the suggested resolution, Your Worship.
Just a point of clarification through the chair, sorry. When we talk about council and committee meetings, does that include workshops as well? No. Okay, no, just checking.
Just to be the nigger in the woodpile, I'm here and lined out. I read that committee meetings at the discretion of the chair be removed. So it would read that meetings held in the council chamber may be auto recorded, including the decision to be made publicly available via the website.
Yeah, so you're wanting every meeting to be
Recorded.
Yeah. So it's been moved by Councillor Ackling. We'll test that water first, perhaps. That you were using the discretion of the chair.
Well, that was what the resolution.
Councillor Ackling moved that. Did we have a second of Councillor Ackling?
Yeah, I'll second.
Well, I'd move an amendment.
Yeah. We'll put that to the vote first.
Well, no, you'd have.
Okay.
You can't move an amendment that's in conflict or the opposite of
I've just moved that that committee meeting, so council and in the first sentence are removed, and then the second sentence at the discretion of the chair is removed.
There's amended resolution there. Is the Councillor Body got a seconder for that?
No, we don't have costings for that. Okay. We don't have costings for that.
There are some costings there, so
About 150 a meeting, isn't it?
at this stage.
That resolution hasn't found a seconder, so we'll go back to the original resolution moved by Councillor Ackling and seconded by Councillor Park. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against?
No.
Carried. Would you like that recorded, Councillor? Thank you very much. Item number 17, council engagements.
Hand your sheets in.
I will email mine to you.
I will email mine to you, Tina.
No, this is council engagements.
Sorry.
Sorry, your members. Sorry.
17.
Sorry.
Any additions or subtractions to that particular?
No, I've got no changes, Your Worship.
Okay.
Are we going to?
Oh, and there's a LGNZ workshop. Which workshop's that, Tina?
All those down the bottom.
All down the bottom there, so they're all workshops that are happening in Rotorua. The schedule for 14-15, nice and close in terms of travel accommodation. If any of those members would like to attend those.
Anyone like to attend?
No, I just got something else I want to say. I thought we were going to have the bike brought back at the meeting on the Wednesday in October.
Yep.
Does that need to come in here?
No, it's a council meeting, so it's already there.
Yes,
It's a meeting
thank
on the
you.
15th.
Ordinary.
That's fine.
It's probably a little bit early for those February, March ones, I suppose, Tina.
Yeah, I can bring another item back in February about those ones.
Through the chair and a question of Tina, the infrastructure management workshop, I may be interested in attending, but can we get some more information on that one and maybe look at it for the next council meeting, because it's just a quick dash for the day, that one.
Okay, so we'll just move number 1 back at the stage. Thanks, Councillor Park. Seconded by Councillor Hickman. Thank you very much. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, carried.
Chairman, just one point. I mentioned this to the Deputy Mayor some time ago. It's in regards to the meeting in December. If you remember last year, it was sort of basically the first Tuesday, and there was that huge gap. And I've seen that it's going to be on that first Tuesday again. Why is it not later on the second Tuesday?
We passed a resolution to do that, didn't we?
Well, I would.
No, that was January, wasn't it? We passed a resolution for January.
No, what I'm saying is, why isn't the December meeting left a week later, and then we have the meeting in the first week in February, and then in the last week in February? Because it's a matter of the last Tuesday in November to the first Tuesday in December is not much time. It gives another 7 days.
I think the meeting I'd have to check is the second Tuesday in December.
Is it the second Tuesday, is it?
That's the board's meeting that day.
Yeah, so it won't be that day, will
We
it?
don't have a board meeting.
We won't have a board meeting in
I'll
December.
double check that for you. I'm almost certain it's that second Tuesday. I'll check for you.
Is this the full council meeting?
Usually. Just another Tuesday after that. Okay, thank you.
Okay, if people can, councillors can table their members' reports, so we've got a suggested resolution.
Yeah, no, so your worship, could I just mention one thing? Oh, sorry, Mr Deputy Mayor. I did pass on a copy of a report on the LGNZ governance models that I attended at the end of August, so I'd like to just take that as read, but happy to answer any questions from members.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Councillor Hickling.
I'd just like to report on the Transport Committee, Your Worship, because I think it's important. The long-term plan, like our council's long-term plan, is being reviewed for the next 10 years. Strange as it may seem, it's in exactly the same situation as our long-term plan. It's in that sort of option debate area. I was quite concerned about the program for Bully Point and the Three Sisters, and David and I went to a workshop on the 19th, and I think we was pretty successful in upgrading that to a much higher level, because the original comments were there was not going to be much development work done for the next 30 years, and I didn't think that was very good at all. So we have uplifted it, and I think if when the draft comes out, if we're still not satisfied, then that'll be the time when we should put the submission in to the regional council. So I just thought I'd highlight that, because there is, the Bully Point is a real problem area for Victoria.
Sorry, our regional councillor, Kathy White.
Yeah. Both.
To ring the replacement for Taupo in the future, so bring that project forward later. So it's good news. So thank you, Barry, for pushing that.
Thank you, Barry.
All right, suggested resolution there. Members' reports received. Thanks, Councillor Jolland. Seconded, Councillor Stewart. Thank you very much. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we'll probably just press on to the first. We're going to have a rehash. But that's all right, because I realise there's a couple of councillors got to get away. We'll move into confidence, and I'm going to bring item number 23 forward. Yeah, so move into confidence. Yeah. Councillor Park, Councillor Stewart, those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
And then just item number 23, I'd like to move that some people remain in the room. It's from the trustees of the whai whakaaro. Are we offline, Lisa?